All right, happy Sunday, folks. Welcome back to All in Football. I'm your host, Denzel, better known as Heavy Palmer. Again, next Sunday around this time, closer to this time, I'll be at Richmond's Funny Bone doing a roast battle. But speaking of battle, it was a battle between a lot of these rivalries as we get closer to rivalry in college football. We got some big stuff from the college football and the NFL. Big dog, take us away, baby.
All right, Heavy, here we go. Friday, November the
Woo!
14th. The Minnesota Gophers went into Oregon, and the Ducks was quacking all over them because number 8 Oregon Ducks 42, Minnesota Gophers 13.
Yeah, Quack Attack was in full effect. Austin Stadium was super loud on a Friday night.
The Clemson Tigers went into Louisville and thought they said, "Hey, we ain't scared of Muhammad Ali, and we know you're the greatest." But Louisville Cardinals said, "Hey, we're good at basketball, but I don't know about football." As the Tigers edged out the Cardinals 20-19 in an upset over 20th ranked Louisville.
Again, upset. They call the ACC the Atlantic Coastal Conference. Now it's now called the Atlantic Coastal Confusion.
Saturday, November 18th, November 15th, excuse me. The UCLA Bruins came east and played in Columbus, Ohio against number 1 Ohio State. And that's all they did. They showed up.
They just showed up,
Ohio
man.
State 48, UCLA 10.
Jeremiah White, ladies and gentlemen, the spectacular catching he's doing on a weekly basis. We shall see how they face against Michigan coming real soon.
Wisconsin thought they could do it 2 weeks in a row. Nope, not close. Number 2 Indiana 31, Wisconsin Badgers 7.
Indiana's a bad team, bro. I love them. I mean, bad in a great way. I love watching those guys. Let's see how Bloomington keeps climbing up that ladder.
It was 30-3 at halftime. South Carolina Gamecocks
Oh man,
were all over the Texas A&M Aggies. Texas A&M scored 27 unanswered points and the biggest SEC comeback in history.
it's
31-30 over the South Carolina Gamecocks.
a lot of us that are excited about these rankings shaking up, we just know at halftime. If you notice Shane Beamer, he had like this little bit of cockiness and happiness going into the locker room, and the 12th man had his hands in the air, waving like he just didn't care. And I guess he did not continue to care because they got beat. And I'm nervous about that, brother. Mm-hmm.
Number 11 Oklahoma had to keep their playoff hopes alive as they went into Tuscaloosa and played number 4 Alabama, and they did because Alabama turned the ball over 3 times as they beat Alabama in Alabama 23-21.
Man, listen, it shocked the crap out of us. I knew it'd be a competitive game, but I didn't think that Oklahoma would come away with the victory. That's a huge win. Going down to a hostile environment in Tuscaloosa, Bryant Denny Stadium, Nick Saban Field. Man, oh man, oh man. Where's Ryan Williams, bro? Where's he been lately?
We thought this was going to be a competitive game, but it wasn't. It was a straight blowout. Number 5 Georgia took on the number 10 Texas Longhorns and killed their playoff hopes 35-10.
Embarrassment, total embarrassment. They've never beaten Georgia since joining the SEC. Another concern for their head coach losing these huge critical games. And I mean, it wasn't totally even Arch Manning's fault, man. They just got beat up. Stockton looked phenomenal.
Texas Tech 48, UCF, University of Central Florida 9.
Hey man, Texas Tech proved last week that they are a front runner to win that Big 12 championship. They're still on the road. Shout out to the Red Raiders, man. Great football.
24-21 going into the fourth quarter. Florida Gators had over number 7 Ole Miss. Ole Miss scored
Mm.
15, 13 points to beat them 34-24.
Man, I hate to say this even as a Gaines fan. The future is bright, I believe, down in Gainesville. I mean, they came up just short. Can Ole Miss continue to slip away and then find a comeback as we get deep into the playoffs? That's the question. But go Rebels.
Number 9 Notre Dame had a great first quarter, maybe the great first 7 minutes of the game. Went down and scored a touchdown. In the very next possession, the first play of Pittsburgh possession, took it back to the house 37 yards as Notre Dame wins old Pitt Panthers 37-15.
They never look bad, especially with them being in an independent conference. Again, the ACC has shaken up. Next week, I believe they go to Georgia Tech Pitt, so they got some work to do. They have Miami to finish off. Jeremiah Love was told that rock, baby. Go Irish.
TCU got all the frustration taken out on them by BYU. Number 12 BYU, Brigham Young University 44, Texas Christian University 13.
And that was a must win. We didn't know it was gonna be in that type of fashion after they came off of that loss against Texas Tech last week. We might see a rematch, a potential rematch, will we, for the Big 12 championship? So shout out to the Cougars, man.
Number 13 Utah winning the Baylor in Waco, Texas, and just throttled the Baylor Bears 55-28.
They crushed them, man. I think I picked Baylor last week. I just had these different upsets coming, but they got real physical in that game too. But shout out to Utah making the way.
North Carolina State got all the frustration by the Miami Hurricanes taking out on them as number 15 Miami 41, North Carolina State 7.
And from start to finish, C.J. Bailey coming from that area. Once he went to Chaminade High School down in South Florida, he was super excited. He's played in that stadium before for state championships, but he fell short. Those two huge turnovers in the first quarter, interceptions, a pick six. Is Miami really for real? That's the question. They got to win out.
Boston College thought they had Doug Flutie back or something because they went up against number 16 Georgia Tech, leading all the way through to the last 4 minutes of the game as Georgia Tech prevailed 36-34.
Man, listen, Georgia Tech barely won, but again, they won that game. I just knew Boston College was going to shake it up again, but those Yellow Jackets found a way. Don't forget the last game of the season. They played the Bulldogs, so we shall see. And they got Pitt next week. Whew.
Number 21, Iowa, winning at Los Angeles, played number 17, University of Southern California, better known as USC. The USC Trojan men of Troy won 26-21.
Hey, man, fight on, baby. USC, they got a big one next week heading to Eugene, I believe. Stay tuned.
Wrigley Field was the site in Chicago. The South Side, number 18, Michigan, and Northwestern. The smart guys against the football players, and the football went again with a kickoff with a field goal at the gun, 24-22.
I just love the whole scenery of beautiful Wrigley Field in Chicago. Man, Michigan, they can say they won about Michigan. They just found a way to win, and we'll see how deep they can get into those rankings too, man. Shout out to the Wolverines.
University of 19, number University of Virginia, 34, Duke 17, not even close.
Wahoo, wahoo. I believe that running back that has transfers from that area, played at North Carolina Central right around the corner from Duke and Durham. And I mean, he showed out all team effort. I love what Coach Elliott is doing up there in UVA. I love it.
New Mexico State University just came and pick up a check as he played number 23 Tennessee Volunteers in Rocky Top. 42-9 was the final.
You called it, man. We already knew what time it was, man. I think Alabama got a Kings game against another small school next week, too, so they'll be collecting a check as well. But shout out to the Volunteers.
Number 24, University of Southern Florida came in Annapolis, Maryland, played Navy. And Navy pulled off the upset, 41-38. They take their lead in an American.
Yeah, I believe they are eliminated from playoff contention, Florida. So we shall see. I thought about the naval-based training and how they always physically that crazy training. So maybe that's what took place. Shout out to the Navy.
Arizona Wildcats upset number 25 Cincinnati 30-24.
Wildcat versus a Bearcat, and the Wildcats came out on top. Hell of a game.
Hey, Heavy, since that was a hell of a game, to a hell of a commercial break.
For sure, y'all. Stay tuned for more for All In Football. We head to the big leagues, baby. A lot of upsets. Even some upsets going on right now. Stay tuned for more. We'll be right back. Peace. All right, welcome back to All In Football. Before we get to the big league, we're going to stick to the college level and see the big matchups for next week, and we're going to see who we're going to choose. Big dog, it's your time, baby. Let's get to it.
ABC at noon. The Missouri Tigers going to Norman, Oklahoma to play the Oklahoma Sooners, number 11 Oklahoma Sooners on ABC. Who you got?
Man, listen, I'm going with Oklahoma, bro. I mean, they really impressed me last week. That Mateer and quarterback. I love Missouri Tigers, too. It's going to be a really good game, but I got Boomer Sooners. That's right.
If I'm not mistaken, the loser of this next game, will be out of the ACC title run.
Ooh.
At noon on ESPN2, the Louisville Cardinals held to Dallas to play the SMU Mustangs.
For this game, Louisville, this is really a must-win for Louisville, but I got the daggone Mustangs taking care of business. I got SMU.
At 3:30 on CBS, number 17 USC, known as Southern California, takes on number 8 Oregon in Oregon.
Yeah, man. You know what? They always say those guys always mess up at certain big games. I think it's going to be a competitive game, and I love USC, but I'm going to have to go with Eugene, Oregon, man. I got the Ducks.
At 3:30 on ESPN, the University of Kentucky Wildcats go into Nashville to play number 14 Vanderbilt.
Vandy, man, I got the Commodores for sure. I got Vandy winning big.
At 4 o'clock on ESPN2, Kansas State Wildcats take on the number 13 Utah Utes.
Everything is Wildcats, man. Utah. I got Utah winning this one. Definitely.
At 7 o'clock on ESPN, number 22 Pittsburgh goes into Atlanta to play number 16 Georgia Tech.
Man, this is what we've been waiting for. Again, Pitt has to win out. A lot of ACC schools have to win out in order to get to the ACC championship and still be in that college football playoff. We got Georgia Tech and Pitt, and I'm going with Pitt.
I'm going with Georgia Tech and Ramblin' Wreck.
All right.
At ABC at 7:30 on ABC, number 23 Tennessee go in the swamp to play the Florida Gators.
Oh man, that classic rivalry show, that SEC battle. I love rivalry week. Tennessee, Florida. I'm going to say this as they're going down to the swamp in Gainesville, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. I have an upset because they were almost so close to beating them in Oxford, Mississippi. I got the Gators beating the Volunteers.
And the big one in the Big 12 at 8 o'clock on Fox. Number 12, Brigham Young University, better known as BYU, goes into Cincinnati to play number 25, the Cincinnati Bearcats.
This is a battle of the Cats again. Cougars versus Cats. I'm going with BYU because they want to get back that revenge on Texas State in the Big 12 championship, possibly.
Now to the National Football League, Week 11. Thursday, November 13th. The New England Mighty Vrabel Fighting Patriots are going to New York Jets.
Yes.
And the New England Patriots prevail 27-14.
Man, listen, I don't know what's going on, but I just see a different type of leadership with Stephon Diggs. First of all, I love those new rivalry uniforms that they displayed on Thursday night on Prime TV. The Patriots are a huge sleeper. Watch out for the Patriots, bro. They're coming.
This morning in Madrid, Spain, the Washington Commanders and that spiral slice ham name is Colonel Tuggy, whatever General Tuggy, that little pig thing, took on the Miami Dolphins. And the Miami Dolphins win in overtime, 16-13.
Man, listen, of course, with that game being early in the morning, look, I was knocked out. I was looking forward to seeing those highlights and those scores. And the 305 pulled away. Are we going back into time? Just 2 seasons ago, is Washington going back to their old ways? We shall see.
In the Icy Hot Bowl or the Geritol Bowl, the Cincinnati Welcome to the Jungle Bengals took on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin eyes bugging out, and Aaron Rodgers against Joe Flacco as Pittsburgh blew out the Bengals 34-12.
And Pittsburgh had no choice but to get a huge win against their AFC North rival. That was a huge game. I saw Jalen Ramsey was getting physical show out of AFC North as they call it the Hood Division. He hit Jamar Chase, but hey, they came away with a dub.
And I got Potential Bowl. Justin Herbert against Trevor Lawrence, and the Jacksonville Jaguars, known as Duval County, hosted the LA San Diego Superchargers, and Jacksonville throttled the Chargers 35-6.
Bro, I believe I chose the Chargers last week. The other Harbaugh shocked the heck out of me. 35 to, I want to say 6 to 9. Oh, jeez. Listen, that defense could not stop the run game. Man, they had 2 running backs with over 70 yards. The kid from Tech and the other guy from Clemson. Man, Chargers got to do some reevaluating for sure. Shout out to Jags. Whew.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers took on nobody circled the wagon like the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. And most entertaining game today. Buffalo 44, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 32.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, the score says one thing. It was definitely a pretty good competitive game. Is it a potential Super Bowl game? You never know how things shake up. They had to go to that cold environment. Bills mopped it last year in this stadium, so they go to the new one next year. And that was a huge must-win for the Bills.
The Bears went into Skull, Clap, Skull, Clap, Skull, Clap, as the Minnesota Vikings hosted the Chicago Bears. Minnesota and JJ went down the score with 30 seconds left to go, and the Chicago Bears came flying back down the field to kick a field goal after a massive kickoff return. 19-17, the Bears beat the Vikings.
They say some guys aren't happy with their quarterback, and then another NFC division. Not going to say that name just yet, but we saw Justin Jefferson, as they call it now, crashing out on the side, man. They'll be frustrated. 2 back-to-back losses in your home stadium. Remember, they fell short to Baltimore last week, and I mean, division rivalry. I believe the Bears may be in first place right now, as of now. But Chicago's rolling. They're another sleeping team. Sleepers.
No C.J. Stroud, no problem. Houston Texans 16, the Tennessee Titans 13.
They got it done. Like you said, no Stroud, no problem. I was really pulling for those Titans and Cam Ward and company. But Houston, they showed up and showed out, and they just enough to get that division rivalry. Great work.
Hey, I guess they went into overtime, but whoever gets the 31st wins, because the Carolina Panthers beat the Atlanta Falcons early this year 30-0, and they beat them in overtime today 30-27. But Atlanta was winning the whole game and just flat out played terrible defense late.
Terrible defense. I was thinking that A&M game and South Carolina game, they were up huge. Man, listen, Atlanta's definitely a disappointment for me this year. I don't hear in the media about what Michael Penix had to say as far as his advice from his other teammates and quarterbacks and whatnot, but Atlanta's struggling. Shout out to Carolina, man. Shout out to Trade Street, man. 704 Queen City is lit today.
The Green Bay Packers were struggling all day. Justin Love went out early and came back, and Jameis Winston almost pulled an upset as the Giants lose to the Green Bay Packers 27-20.
Man, oh man, look, they were definitely struggling, but they found a way to win a huge win, especially in that NFC North division, with Chicago leading the way. So shout out to Green Bay and Justin Love making his way back and saving the guys.
Due to NFL restraints and policies, these games we cannot give the score, but Seattle, you'll see the final score on Tuesday. The Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah.
The San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. Quote the Raven nevermore, and the Baltimore Ravens and Cleveland Browns. And you'll get the Monday night and the Sunday night game, the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. And Monday night, the Dallas Cowboys and Las Vegas Raiders. Heavy. Take the commercial break.
All right, stay tuned for more. We're going to decide who we got next week. Again, the 23rd, I'll be at the Funny Bone. And speaking of Wildcats, we mentioned Wildcats a whole lot at the college football level. Shout out to the school Wild Warrior, Armstrong High School, as they still remain undefeated. They host another playoff game at home against their rival, Thomas Jefferson High School, known as the Vikings. Stay tuned for more. We'll be right back. All in football. Peace. All right, welcome back to All in Football. As we draw against the end of the show, we still got some stuff to talk about, more headlines in the football world, who we got next week, and I mean, it's just super exciting because we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. As we are now halfway through November. Big dog, take us away.
Week 12 of the National Football League, known as the NFL. Thursday, November 20th. Prime Video, 8:15. Nobody circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills as they go into the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans, as the Houston Texans host the Buffalo Bills. Who you got?
I call it the battle of red, white, and blue. Different shades of blue, though. I'm going with Bills Mafia in this one.
Okay. Sunday, November 23rd. We kick off real quick on CBS with a big one. At 1 o'clock, the Indianapolis Colts and Danny Dimes, and I'm not on probation for the NCAA or the Indianapolis 500 travel to They travel to that sidearm thrown behind the back. I got to eat a rack of ribs. Andy Reid and Travis Kelce said, I'm a moonwalk all over the Indianapolis Colts as the Kansas City Chiefs host the Indianapolis Colts.
Man, this is definitely. I think it's a must-win for both teams. The Colts came off of that loss to Pittsburgh, which shocked the world. But I actually have Kansas City winning this game because that team becomes stronger as we get closer to the playoffs.
CBS has another big one at 1 o'clock. The Pittsburgh Steelers and Mike Thomas eyes bugging out like fried bologna with the bubble in the middle take on the Bears and house music. Chicago Bears host the Pittsburgh Steelers.
This is gonna be a really, really good game. We're gonna see what Caleb Williams is about. We're gonna see if the Steelers can stay consistent. In this game, I am choosing Chicago in an upset.
The Fighting Mike Bravos travel to Cincinnati and take on that five-way chili as a Cincinnati Bengals welcome the Patriots to the jungle. Welcome to the jungle on CBS at 1 o'clock.
I'm gonna call this another BTA game. The Patriots are gonna dominate the Bengals. They're gonna dominate those guys for sure.
The Jets travel down 95 to take on the Baltimore, quote the Raven nevermore. Jackson, a big man getting loose, Derrick Henry on CBS at 1 o'clock.
This is another must win for the Ravens, especially if they want to, get control of that division that they're in, that competitive division between them and Pittsburgh per usual. I had the Ravens winning this game for sure against the Jets.
The 12-man, Microsoft, Starbucks, and Macchiatos travel. The Seattle Seahawks travel to Nashville and take on Dolly Parton in 95 and that Nashville Hot Chicken. And Cam Ward as the Tennessee Titans host the Seattle Seahawks on Fox at 1.
Man, I'm going with Seattle, man. They're going to win big against the Titans. Man. The Titans are still in the rebuilding state, man, but I got Seattle for sure. You gotta get that up, bro.
Go, clap, go, clap. As the Minnesota Vikings travel to the frozen tundra Lambeau Field.
Oh my gosh.
Green Bay Packers on Fox at 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Listen, they just lost two back-to-back games at home in a covered facility. They're going into the outdoors. This is a must-win for Minnesota, but guess what? With the struggles that J.J. McCarthy is having as far as accuracy and just certain discipline as a quarterback, I got Green Bay. Michael Parsons might have at least 2 sacks this game. We shall see.
The G-Men take on the Papa was a rolling stone. Yeah. We coming to Detroit's home. And when the Lions storming, we're going to beat the hell out the Giants. The Giants play the Lions on Fox at 1 o'clock.
Hey, bro. Listen, Giants ain't got a chance, man. It's been another BTA. Motor City's coming, man. I expect a lot of stat padding for both sides of the ball for Detroit.
Duval County travels to that spaceship in the desert, known as Arizona Cardinals host the Jacksonville Jaguars on CBS at 4:05.
Bro, after what we just saw, how they just dismantled the Chargers, man, Jacksonville is hot. That's another sleeper team when it comes to those playoffs. Again, we're in the nitty-gritty, the midway part of November. I got Jacksonville winning huge.
Cleveland Rocks! As they travel to Las Vegas and play the Snake Eyes, known as the Las Vegas Raiders, as the Raiders host the Browns on CBS.
We're going to call this we don't know who's going to win bowl game. I'm going to go with Cleveland, bro. Will we see Shador, depending on how they play out today? I got Cleveland winning against the Raiders.
And one of the most underrated rivalries in the NFL, the ATL Falcons and Glass Night Chicken and Waffles travel to the New Orleans Saints and play who? The Saints. Woo. When the Saints come marching in. 4:25 on Fox. Who you got?
Another rivalry for the NFC South, man. The way the Falcons have been going, we don't know who's going to win this one. I'm choosing the Falcons to finally win again. I got Atlanta beating the Saints.
Also on Sunday, Fly, Eagles, Fly. As they take on the American team, the Dallas Cowboys on Fox at 4:25.
Oh, this is round 2 from opening week when they got those beautiful Super Bowl rings. What will Philadelphia do? I heard a lot of things going on in that locker room, but you know what, though? I think they have enough and what it takes to beat and to sweep the Dallas this year. I'm going with Philadelphia.
Sunday Night Football on NBC, 8:20. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers go to Los Angeles to play that SoFi carport against the LA Rams.
Yeah, man, that should be another good game. Do we have another potential NFC playoff matchup? I'm going to go with the Buccaneers to bounce back. But it's going to be a real close competitive game.
Monday Night Football, ESPN, wild card teams, game on the line in NFC. The Carolina Panthers travel west to play the San Francisco 49ers in Levi Stadium.
We shall see. I heard Brock Purdy is back, supposedly. I got San Francisco beating Carolina. But it's going to be interesting. This game might be actually better than what people may think. I'm going with San Fran.
Clipboard action. Aaron Rodgers injures hand, sits out the second half of victory.
Yeah, we shall see how Unk fires back, man. Those guys are number one in their division for a reason. we'll see how his body feels in a few weeks.
New York Jets, Chris Boyd in critical condition after being shot in New York City.
Yeah, you hate hearing stuff like this. You know, we don't know how life is going to portray for us each day. Prayers up to him. I'm praying for a quick, speedy recovery and good healing for him.
Michael Penix hurts knee, exit game against Panthers.
Broke my heart again in the headlines. He was asked about, his advice, a certain mentor on the team. He didn't really get that much advice. Then to go down with this injury, he has so much potential. He has the skill, and I believe the will, but you just hate to see that happen to a young guy like him.
AP Top 25 just came out. Number 1, Ohio State. Number 2, Indiana. Number 3, Texas A&M. Number 4, Georgia. Number 5, Ole Miss. Number 6, Oregon. Number 6, also tied at number 6, Texas Tech.
Yeah.
And number 8, Oklahoma. Number 9, Notre Dame. Number 10, Alabama. Number 11, Brigham Young University. Number 12, Vanderbilt. Number 13, Utah. Number 14, Miami Hurricanes. Number 15, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Number 16, the USC Trojans. Number 17, the Texas Longhorns. Number 18, the Michigan Wolverines. Number 19, the Virginia Cavaliers. Number 20, the Tennessee Volunteers. Number 21, James Madison University. Number 22, the University of North Texas State. Number 23, Missouri. Number 24, Tulane. And number 25, Houston, to round out the top 25. Heavy. Take me home.
Man, it's crazy. We kind of figured that Alabama would still be in the top 10. I didn't think so. I thought they'd at least be at number 11 or 12. But their losses to Florida State first week, and they was hot ever since. And then they got beat by Oklahoma. So we're kind of still shocked about that. But we shall see. I still have faith in Roll Tide. I do. UVA at 19. As long as they keep winning out, they could potentially be a top 12 team. Miami's at 14. Is Miami really who we think they are? Can they continue to be consistent, utilize all the weapons that they have? They just lost their defensive back a week ago, the best corner in the nation. I heard North Texas is in there. You see how JMU, they got back into that top 25. Shout out to the Dukes. There's also been speculation of their head coach potentially taking the UCLA job. Stay tuned for that. There's also been more speculation, even more speculation, with James Franklin coming to Virginia Tech. We got a big one next week, bro. That Pitt and Georgia Tech game is going to really determine how this ACC plans out. I'm loving the top 25 so far.
Take me home.
All right, you all. That's all we got for today. Stay tuned for next week. All in football. Again, I'll be at Richmond's Funny Bone next week on the 23rd. High school football playoffs are in full effect. Big games all across the nation. And listen, we love y'all. Before you know it, it's going to be time to eat some Thanksgiving turkey, candy yams, mac and cheese. Oh, my God. That's all I got for you is Denzel, Heavy Palmer, and Big Dog. Peace.